Hey everybody, we're going to take a little adventure today. So last night, around 2:30 in the morning, we were looking for the Ravencliff campground. And for some reason, our GPS took us down this road that is also somehow associated with Ravencliff. I'm not sure if it's in the park or not, but it is in the Mount Rogers National Recreation Area. And this road was Bigfoot Country. It really was. We went about a mile down this road and had a heck of a time finding a place to turn around because we realized this is not familiar territory. This is not Ravencliff. So now that it's daylight, we're gonna go down here and we're gonna take this road as far as we can and see what's down it. So we got a little adventure for you here today. Might be a short one, but it's gonna be an adventure nonetheless.
And it starts out as pavement, but it quickly turns to gravel and the road narrows. And then all of a sudden you've got trees growing up. I mean, there's no shoulder whatsoever. It just, the trees grow up right on either side of the road. And it's pretty narrow, but there are campgrounds down here. There is a horse campground, so if you want to bring your horses, you can come right down here. I don't know about other camping spots, but I guess we'll see as we start to look around here.
Yeah, because we definitely encountered that horse camp.
Yes.
So, and there were some horse trails that we'll highlight too.
Pretty sure we pulled in and woke those people up last night at 3 o'clock in the morning.
If there were people down there, yeah, absolutely.
Judging from all the horse poop in the middle of the road here, going up and down this road, I'm guessing that there were probably people down there very recently.
So it's Collins Cove, horse camping and horse trails. And here's what the road looks like. It's a dead end sign. Says it ends in 2 miles, so we don't have a long trek to get down there to see what's at the end. Now, seeing this road during the day, it's not bad at all. It's really not. But imagine this at night, when it's shrouded in darkness. The trees barely let the moonlight through, and we had a quarter moon last night. So it was dark. And like I said, this is the kind of place you could be driving down and just picture Bigfoot come running out. I mean, there's fields over here. There's thick trees, and as we get down here a little further, it seems pretty dense. You could just picture them running out on the road.
Yeah, I think it narrows and gets more dense as the road goes on here. We're still in, like, you know, farmers' fields and stuff. You can see cows out here, but it gets to the point where it's just, you're in this tunnel of trees. So a little more isolated further down the road.
So we've got a plethora of wildflowers growing along this road. Very beautiful yellow flowers, and then down here, kind of hidden in the grass, we have some purple flowers. So a lot of color that you see as you're driving along this road. And I just had to get out and just kind of walk along for a few minutes and really take in the scenery because it is beautiful. And it's the perfect country road. Like, I would like to walk down this road. But in the interest of seeing what's down here and getting as much as we can in one day, we're going to be driving the rest of the way. So coming a little further down the road here, we're coming up to Collins Cove Horse Camp. And this is pretty neat. You can see the sign for the National Recreation Area, Mount Rogers National Recreation Area. And there's the horse camp over there. What an awesome place. And how cool would it be to come camping with horses and be able to go looking for Bigfoot on horseback?
Ooh,
Wouldn't that be cool?
Pretty cool. Yeah.
I would come out on my horse down this road at night, I
yeah.
think, and see what I could
so.
find. Or a mule.
Yeah. Yeah, you've always wanted a mule. But we have passed a couple of openings to some trails as well, so there are walking trails down here. The one that I looked at just now looked a little bit narrow. I'm not sure it's necessarily will accommodate a horse, but I would imagine it probably would. So yeah, plenty of places to walk around here. It seems like whenever you're in the mountains, every time you look over to one side of the road or the other, you're actually looking at a creek, and it's no different here. There's kind of a small creek, not a lot of water rushing through it. It's very rocky in the bottom of it. But, you know, a very, very nice place. This may be another one of those trails. Yep.
It looks like it. I'm going to pull over right here and take a look at this creek that we just crossed over.
Yeah, because it is nice.
So you can see we just crossed over this nice little creek that goes under the road, right? And just trickles off into the woods. And right up here, there's a trail. And I can run up there and take a look at that sign to see what it says. Oh, now coming up the path. This is interesting. My first thought was like, is this something that Bigfoot put here? But it looks like there's something under it. Maybe like a post that they're covering up so horses don't get caught up in it. But here we have Raven Cliff Trail, number 4601. And Raven Cliff CG, not sure what that stands for, but this trail is open to hiking, horseback riding, and bicycles year-round. So this is one that I think we're gonna have to come back and check out in the future, because it looks like it's a pretty cool adventure. And just walking down here, you can see where all the horses crossed over the stream, or perhaps came down here to get a drink of water. And I'll go over here, see if I can get a kind of a closer look at the stream. There it is. And coming over the other side of the road, you can see the little stream trickling down here as it goes under the road. And it just follows alongside here for as far as we can see. So last night as we were coming down here, one thing that gave it away that we were in the wrong place was the creek. Because Cripple Creek is a lot bigger, and it's on the right side of the road when we're going to Raven Cliff. So we saw this little creek and we're like, I don't remember this from before. So the stream snakes around and comes under the road again. And then it comes out this side over here. Or I should say it's coming from this direction. But look, here's where it comes under the mountain laurel. Very peaceful scene. And you see the mountain laurel all up on the side of the mountain there. And I'm not sure what's going on right here. Like this, there's some soft dirt. Looks like there's been some horses that have come across here. We see the horseshoes and stuff. But just taking a look up here, I thought this was kind of a natural washout, or where a natural runoff. And that's what it kind of looks like. But there is a trail that goes up along there. Looks like the horses go up along there. And this one's not marked, at least by any sign. Perhaps it's marked on some map somewhere. You can see now that we're driving between these two mountains. So right on the other side, there's a pretty steep mountain over there. A little creek still running alongside of the road. And we're almost to the point where we made it last night before turning around. When we were thinking, all right, we're in Bigfoot Country. I'm not sure what's gonna be at the end of this road, and we gotta set up camp. Otherwise, we would have kept going last night, but due to the late hour, the need for rest, we turned around. So I'm interested to see what's beyond our turning point. Okay, so we're really getting to a snaking portion of the road now. The creek's on the other side. And around each bend, you wonder, like, what are we gonna see when we come around that next bend? Is it gonna be the end of the road? Is it gonna be a waterfall? Is it gonna be a lake?
Horse camp.
Another horse camp?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be Bigfoot? What's it gonna be around the next bend? Oh, we got a deer up there. All right, we're coming up on something here. Looks like a structure.
It does. Hopefully it's not somebody's house.
Looks like an old cabin. Like
it's a little camping cabin?
like an old camping cottage, kind of.
Is
I don't
there a
know.
way to get across to it?
Yeah,
Is there
you
a
can
road back there?
you can cross the creek right there and go up to it. It looks fairly overgrown. There's an old chair out in the lawn of it. Firewood stacked up on the deck. It doesn't.
The line looks a little screwed up on the right-hand side there.
Yeah, and look at the light hanging from the tree.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone lives there or not. It's fairly overgrown,
that's pretty neat.
but you never know. It's quite possible.
Well, it's a cute, tiny little house.
It is, and look up behind it, how the mountain just goes up behind it. It's right at the foot of the mountain there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd have a cabin there.
I would too. It's a real house.
Yeah, it looks like a little further out here we got an outhouse. I'd kind of like to go investigate that property, see what's out there. I wonder if it's haunted.
Could be.
Looks like we finally reached the end of the road here. Or have we? No, I thought this was the end of the road, but it looks like it curves around past whatever this gate is here. It looks like it leads to a farmer's yard. Looks like a snake crawling up the gate.
It does. I don't think that's what it is, but
I don't think it is either.
private property, yeah.
Yeah, private property. So we're coming around past this field here.
There's a beautiful house. There's a little shack right there.
Yeah, there's a little like shack up on the hill there.
Yeah, but beyond it, I think there's a larger.
There's gotta be. Yeah, there's gotta be something beyond it because this is a beautiful property. So we finally have reached the end of the road. It ends right here at this gate that's private property. So these people got an awesome driveway up to their house.
Yeah, judging from these stone pillars on either side of the gate here, and then just the gate itself, and you can tell that this is probably, there's a car coming. You can tell that this is probably a very nice house that sits up there.
Right. So we're gonna turn around here
Yep, they
and
do
head
have-
back to the main road.
Yeah, so I guess on one side and at the very end, it's all private property, and these are roads that are just meant to access it. Pretty cool.
Okay, so on the way back, Linda noticed something that we didn't see on the way in.
Yeah, if you look off in the woods here, you can actually see a stone foundation.
Oh yeah, look at that.
See the stone wall, and it goes all the way down, and there's a point where you see the corner of the foundation. So whatever stood here wasn't a huge building by any means.
But very old for sure.
Yeah, but it does look very old. And look at how this tree has grown out of the bottom of it.
Yeah, right under it.
basically.
And I see some broken glass and some old wood
Yes.
down there. So,
Yeah, I'm not even sure at this point how anybody would have gotten across there unless they accessed it by the same driveway as the one that we were just at.
the little old cabin over there.
Yeah, because I'll bet if you walk across that creek, you could probably turn to the left and come up to this stone foundation here.
Yeah, we can see it up there for sure.
Yeah, there's probably one driveway for both pieces of property.
Yeah, now once you go across here, I don't know, like, I don't see any posted signs or anything like that. But yeah, you can see tire tracks, so people have been up here before too incredibly long, I would say.
I find it amazing that, you know, these woods are so dense and you ride through here and you never exactly know what kind of places could be out here, what kind of old homesteads that are, you know, not lived in, not occupied anymore. You come upon places like that with that stone foundation, and it just makes you wonder who has lived here and who's occupied this land in bygone years.
Right, and you see a stone foundation like that, that very well could go back to the 1700s.
It could, yeah.
And
you
we're
have
talking
no
pioneer
idea.
days. You're thinking of early pioneers up here living in these woods and building
Right.
homesteads. And right now, to us, it's far away from everything.
It is.
You got to drive a good distance to get to the interstate or to get to a store. But to them, there was none of this stuff.
Right.
The interstate was an Indian footpath.
That's true. They had to do for themselves.
Right. There were they got out here in their wagons or on horseback with what they could carry with them.
Yes.
And built these things from elements that they found out here in nature, and they lived out here.
Right.
And if we could hear their stories, the things that they saw.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine what's out in these woods. And like Linda said, you wonder what else is out here.
Yep. It's just been overgrown by vegetation, and maybe nobody will ever discover it again.
Long forgotten a time. But thank you for joining us on this mini adventure here. We're looking forward to coming back to Ravencliff. We want to highlight some trails, and I'd like to highlight this trail up here. I think it was only about 1.25 miles, if that's what that number meant.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'd like to come back and check that out and highlight that in a future video.
Yes.
But we got a lot more adventures to bring you here on Slalakum.